We preview the Dallas Cowboys season and tell you if they're going over or under 10.5 wins, and let you know how you could take home $1,000 this NFL season, and it all starts right now. What's going on, everyone? It's Matt from Grandstand Bettors, and last year we cashed on 70% of our season win total predictions, so we thought, hey, why not give them out here in 2022? We're also excited to announce that our second annual NFL betting contest is now open at grandstandbettors.com. The link is in the description. Make sure you go get signed up. It's absolutely free, and you could take home $1,000 or other great prizes this NFL season. But without further ado, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smack that like button, because it is time to dive into the Dallas Cowboys season preview. And the Cowboys, they have an over-under win total of 10.5 at the moment. And the Cowboys fans have to be tired of losing in the postseason since their last Super Bowl in 1995. They're 4-11 in playoff games and have not made it past the divisional round. Now, guys with a lot of talent have been brought into this organization, but nothing has really shown for it so far. And with guys like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, you would think they would have made it a little bit farther than they did last season. And it does not look good like things are going to get any better this year. They have lost some people that they could have used this season, like Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, offensive lineman Collins, their edge rusher Gregory Joseph, and a few other key guys that they've lost here in free agency. And they've only signed 4 guys in free agency: a kicker who they don't really need, a running back who they definitely don't need, a subpar defense edge rusher from the Falcons, and wide receiver James Washington from the Steelers, who, yes, they do kind of need to fill that gap with Cooper, but he is definitely a step down. Now, the Cowboys front office, they certainly seem to be content in what they have with this team right now, which has gotten them nowhere in the past few years. Offensively, they have to put up great numbers, but the past few years, they've started to slip because of their running back situation. Now, Elliott is undoubtedly on this team only because they want to make the most of his guaranteed money that they gave him in his contract, but he's only averaging 62 yards per game in the past 2 seasons and has 6 fumbles. Now, his backup, Tony Pollard, has definitely proven his worth, averaging 5.5 yards per carry last season and serving as a great passing option out of the backfield, but the guy's only getting the ball half the number of times that Elliott gets it. Another big factor for their lack of the run game has been their offensive line as well. They used to have an elite line, but over the last couple seasons, there has been a huge decline. Zach Martin is really the only solid starter left on this team, and after they lost Collins in free agency and both their center and left tackle left, the door is wide open for some newer guys to take their spots. A bright spot, though, in their offense is definitely their passing attack. Despite giving up Amari Cooper in a trade with the Browns, the Cowboys still have a very solid wide receiver core with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and James Washington, as well as Dalton Schultz at tight end. Now, Prescott has a cannon of an arm, and his accuracy has only increased since he entered the league. He also had a career-high 37 touchdowns last season with only 10 interceptions. And if their run game fails them again this year, they're going to at least have a good passing game to fall back on. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, the Cowboys, they did lose Joseph, but they also selected defensive end Sam Williams in the second round out of Ole Miss to replace him. And they also added a couple more positional players in the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds of the draft. They have some very good players on this side of the ball as well, but they do need to fix up their secondary just a bit. Despite leading the league with 11 interceptions, Trayvon Diggs got torched countless times last season and gave up some huge plays to opposing offenses. Their secondary gave up 238 passing yards per game, which was 20th in the league, but you need to do a little bit better than that to stop guys in the NFC like Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady, and Aaron Rodgers. Overall, the Cowboys, they have a solid defense, and with Dan Quinn entering his second season as defensive coordinator, we expect the mishaps that might have occurred last season to be fewer and far between this season. Now, offensively, if their offensive line can be better than last year, and their run game is going to be much more dangerous. The last thing that defenses want is Prescott to then have time in the pocket to throw with great options, not only downfield, but out of the backfield like he has with Pollard. Now, this is a very lethal offense, and with the second easiest schedule this year, after a 12-win season, we don't see this team regressing that much. So we are going to take the Dallas Cowboys to go over 10.5 wins. Now, our NFC East previews continue this week with the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders, but in the meantime, don't forget to sign up for our second annual NFL betting contest over at grandstandbettors.com. We are giving away great quarterly prizes as well as that grand prize of $1,000. As always, though, sit back, relax. If you're a Cowboys fan, who knows? Maybe this will be the year you win a playoff game, but probably not.